So I recently got an iPhone 13 and I got it on the same day when pre-orders for the iPhone 14 opened. Now you may be wondering, why did I opt for the 13 instead of the 14? Because the 14 is new. In this video we cover all of that. Welcome to TechPod ZA. My name is Musenziane. So in this video I'm going to tell you why I made the decision of buying iPhone 13 instead of the 14 on the same day of the pre-order, when I could have just waited a week to get my iPhone 14 after the pre-order. So let's get straight to it. So the first reason why I made the decision to go for the 14, it is because I was upgrading from the iPhone X or the iPhone 10. So any phone that I could have gone for at that time, it would have been considered an upgrade. So I could have even went for the 11 or even the 12. That would have still been considered an upgrade. So I had options here. But let me tell you that the phone that I wanted was the iPhone 14 Plus. So the phone that I wanted initially was the iPhone 14 Plus. I don't know why I wanted that phone, because that is a bigger 6.7-inch display. And historically, I don't like big phones. I always prefer small phones that I can use with one hand and can easily type. And maybe it's because I don't consume media from the phone, like I don't watch movies from the phone, or I don't even do gaming on my phone. So I don't really need a bigger screen, but I think for most people they do that on their phones. And also that is because I use an iPad a lot, so most of those kind of things I would do on the iPad as opposed to on the phone. So maybe that's why, even back in the days, I never really considered the big phones. So I think it kind of makes sense to have a bigger screen if you're gonna be using your phone as a primary phone for gaming or even watching movies or whatever it is that you want to stream. So I think that is why other people like that, so that makes sense. So the Plus was reintroduced. The Plus, if you can remember, it comes from way back in the days. We had a 6 Plus, 7 Plus, and also 8 Plus, I think. Maybe I was just excited that it came back. Also, I was excited about the battery life. I think the battery life is also what attracted me to the 14 Plus, because that is going to have a bigger battery life, so they say. Maybe that is also why, but I don't know. I just decided, let me just get myself a Plus this time and try a bigger phone. Same thing even with the watch. I think the watch Ultra is like 49 millimeters, and normally I don't like a big watch, so I always prefer the small 41 millimeter or 40 millimeter watch. So but I thought this year maybe I should try getting a bigger watch and then see how that goes. So maybe I was just in that whole vibe. So the third point, on the pre-order day, now we start getting news that the iPhone 14 Plus will be delayed. And then I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? And then I'm checking on reviews, mostly from the US, because in the US they get this stuff quicker than we do in South Africa. So even there, they had a delay, and I think the delay is still ongoing right now as I'm shooting this. So that basically meant that I had to take out the Plus, because I was not even sure for how long do we have to wait for to get it. There was no specific date of when will it be arriving. They just said sometime in October, but no one wanted to commit to a date to say it's gonna be arriving on this day. So I thought, fine, I'm scratching out the 14 Plus. Then I thought, fine, let me go for the 14 now. So moving on to the second thing, the pricing point of the iPhone 13. So now I'm thinking, fine, I'm gonna get the 14. So with the 14, you all know that if you watch the Apple event, everyone was just complaining that, okay, Apple, what are they doing here? There is lack of innovation here, because everyone was saying the same thing. This phone looks exactly like the iPhone 13. So you can put them side by side. You won't know which one is which. The only way you can know which one is which is if you remember the color options. So only the color that can tell you that this is a 14 and then this one is a 13. Now you look at the new features. All of the new features that they've listed in there was really nothing that would say, hey, pick this one over this one. So they use the same processor. It's the same design, same notch, same warp for cameras, technically same camera, same everything. Most of the things hardware wise were the same, right? Now I'm checking the price for the iPhone 14. And then I'm thinking, why is the price way more than the iPhone 13 when it was first announced? Then I went on and I checked a few more reviews, and guess what? Every reviewer is saying the same thing. The 14 and the 13 is basically the same phone. Not much is different there. You can't tell the difference. But again, don't get me wrong, there were a few things that are new on the 14, but those features that are new, they are not good enough. Well, for me, they were not good enough to justify going up to the 14 and getting the 14. So the price gap there did not justify that. So I started reassessing the main new features of the iPhone 14. So the big one is crash detection, I'd say. Now crash detection is good. I think it's one of those features that you don't need it until you need it. It's more like insurance. So on the day when you're gonna need it, it's gonna be helpful. So it might help you if you find yourself in a situation like that where you had like a car crash and then it automatically dials 911 for you to get help. So that is one thing. But then I thought, okay, I'm going to upgrade my watch to the Series 8. The Series 8 also has the same feature. So I was like, fine, I'm covered for that. I don't need that. Then there is this satellite feature that can help you if you find yourself somewhere, nowhere, you don't know where you are. If you find yourself, maybe you're hiking or something and you're somewhere where you don't know where you are, now you can use this satellite feature to actually call for help. And then I thought, I'm not even sure if this is going to be the case in South Africa, if this feature will be available. There's a lot of new features that are only available in other countries, but not in our country. And then I looked at that feature and then I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if this service will be available in South Africa. Secondly, this service is going to be free, I think, for the first few years, and then from there you have to pay a subscription every month. I'm not sure if it's something that I want to pay subscription for. Fine. Now the satellite feature is out, and then now I'm looking at eSIM. eSIM, most people thought this is not good. They don't really like the idea, but they can see where it's going, but they don't really like the idea. I also don't really like the idea of not having a physical SIM card slot. Also in South Africa, I'm not sure how many network service providers actually can provide you an eSIM. So that's another feature that I had to basically scratch out. Then there was another feature called action mode. So action mode is where when you're taking a video of a moving object or someone is running and then you're taking a video of them, I think it keeps the video in balance, something like that. But then I thought, how many times do I need to take such videos? Maybe I will miss out on that, I don't know. But I didn't really see it as something that I really need. So I skipped that one as well. And then I went on to the processor. So the processor is exactly the same. They're both A15 Bionic chips. So they didn't even bother to change the processor. But the iPhone 14 has a bigger GPU and a little bit more RAM, right? So the GPU means that if you're playing games or anything like that, it will come in handy there. But like I said, I don't do much of mobile gaming, right? I don't play games on my phone. So I don't see why would I need that bigger GPU. So that's fine. And then also things like the RAM. So what the RAM means is that you will get more support in terms of OS updates on the iPhone 14 compared to the iPhone 13. So you probably get one more year of update on the 14 as opposed to the 13. But I don't think I'll be using my iPhone 13 until such time where they're going to cut it out of the list. I know with the iPhone 10 I used it for a longer time, but the iPhone 10 was still within scope. It was still supported when I finally changed it recently. So I look at all of these features. Really, there was nothing, not to say that they're not good features, they are good features, but in terms of whether I need them and I'm willing to say, fine, I'm gonna pay that extra cash to get those features, I didn't see anything like that. Same thing goes with the Pro. So let me talk about the Pros. So I've never really considered the Pros. The Pros are very good, don't get me wrong, but you look at the features of the Pros, I think they are nice to have. They are not features that I need. For me, they are just nice to have. That's one thing. But the features are good. The phones are pretty good, no doubt. Yes, I can get one. Yes, I think I will get one in the near future. So you look at the features like your 120 refresh rate, all of those things, I think they're good, but I don't really think I need them. The features that I needed, they were there on the iPhone 14, so I can talk about that some other time. So the last feature, which is a feature that I wanted, but it was the only feature, unfortunately, and it wasn't good enough to convince me otherwise. The feature is the whole new camera system, because the new camera system on the iPhone 14 takes better pictures in low light situations. So if you know, iPhone kind of struggles in low light situations, but put it where there's the sunlight, put it where there's light, you know it does magic. So that's one feature that I thought, okay, I would have wanted that feature, but it's fine, I'll let it go for now. So looking at the features, looking at the fact that everybody agreed that this is the same iPhone, virtually it looks the same, design wise it looks the same, features, power, everything is almost the same. That is why I ended up dishing the iPhone 14 out, and I was like, you know what, the iPhone 14 can go, and then I went for the iPhone 13. So the last thing, which is what actually cemented the decision to say, fine, just go with the iPhone 13, was because of the color option. So on the 14, they do have a nice new blue that I wanted, which is more of a sky blue when you compare it to the Sierra blue. So that is the one color that I thought I wanted. But then I remember that on iPhone 13 they recently released the green color, which I liked so much, and that was the other thing that made me cement the whole decision to say, you know what, I'm going with the 13. Let me save those few rands there in terms of the price gap there, and let me go for the 13. I'm not gonna miss out on much. I was pretty confident from there, and then that's how I went. That's how I came up to the decision to say, you know what, I'm going for the 13 green. If you haven't watched it, like I said, watch the unboxing and you're gonna see that green color there. I just love it. It's just beautiful. So that was the other reason. And yeah, overall, looking at all of the things that I told you about after watching all the reviews, checking the features, looking at the pricing point, all of those points motivated my decision to go with the iPhone 13. And also, like I've said on my unboxing video, that was not a review. I'm still going to do a review, and I'll let you know, guys, how I feel. If somewhere down the line I'm like, damn, I made a mistake, I should have gone for the 14, I'll let you know, and I'll tell you the reasons why I think I made a mistake. But if I'm right, I'll also tell you. But on the review, I'll let you know how is the phone so far and all of that. So thank you for watching. I hope this video is going to help you make a decision yourself. If you are also kind of stuck in terms of which phone you want to buy, please let me know on the comments below. Which phone are you getting? Are you getting one of the 14 Pros? Are you getting 14 Plus or 14? Or are you also like me, you're getting the iPhone 13 or even the iPhone 13 Pro? I think the iPhone 13 Pro is also a good buy. But let me know in the comments down below as to why you're getting the phone that you are getting. Let's see. So please remember to share, like, subscribe, and hit notifications button so that you can know when the review video is up, and other similar videos. Catch you on the next one. Thank you.